Hi, my name is Papecha Waidera. I'm a social scientist. And today I'd like us to talk about relationships. I'd like us to talk about what is it that can help you ensure that you end up in the right relationship, in a relationship that actually works for you. And for that, we are going to talk about stages of romance. What inspired this session is because sometimes you meet someone and find that person to be very exciting to you and you start vibing. And then you might find yourself actually making very serious decisions regarding this person before you're ready to actually be in a committed relationship. Like, for example, you might meet someone today and then 2 weeks or 2 months down the road, you find that someone is pregnant and people are planning for a wedding, and yet you haven't gone through a natural process of courtship. You've not gone through the stages of romance. And if you don't give yourself the opportunity to go through the stages of romance, you might find that your relationship might be problematic down the road. So, what are the stages of romance? The first stage of romance is infatuation. When you first see the person, when you first meet the person, and it's so exciting. When you see this person, find that even you have butterflies in your stomach, you can't talk, you feel, awkward, you feel weird, and you kind of become preoccupied with thoughts of this person, and you want to spend all your time with this person. So at that stage, you're actually infatuated with this person. This person actually appears perfect to you, and you're like, "Oh my gosh! If I was just to date this person, life would be perfect," you know. And because you're very excited, sometimes you're not able to think right. And the key thing about this stage is it's a very exciting stage, but you might miss out on some important red flags. So that's the key thing about this stage. It's a nice stage, you should be able to enjoy it, but because you are not thinking straight, quite literally, don't make any important decisions at this stage. Don't make a decision on whether you should marry the person or not, whether you should have a baby with this person or not. Don't make important financial decisions during the period when you're in your infatuation stage. Because when you're infatuated, certain hormones and chemicals are running through your brain, and they give you a kind of a high. You feel like you're high when you think about this person, when you're with this person, you feel like so extremely happy, you know. So at that point, you may not be able to think logically. Your heart is one that's doing the thinking for you, if I have to say that. Then the second stage of the romance is called comfort. That is when your body starts to calm down. Your body calms down and you start to think logically. And you're not as overwhelmed with feelings as before, but you still get a good vibe when you hang out with this person. At this stage, because your mind and your body has calmed down, it's a good stage to ask yourself whether this is a person for you, whether this is a relationship for you. So at this point in time, you have the opportunity to think about your values, your goals, and whether you can actually live life together, whether you can go through thick and thin together. So the challenge comes when you start making important decisions either during the infatuation stage or the comfort stage before you've gone through the other stages. The third stage of romance is called the questioning stage. So when you have the questioning stage is when you start to notice things about this person. You start to ask yourself, "Oh, is this person really the right person for me?" You start maybe to have a bit of conflict here and there, and you might even start to imagine that now, because you're not as excited about this person, maybe this is not the person for you. Remember, every new relationship goes through the infatuation stage, but you can't sustain that very intense feeling of infatuation. So when you get to the questioning stage, it's important to see if there are red flags. It's important to see them for what they are. Don't make excuses. And when you see maybe weaknesses on this person and that you're dating, it's good for you to evaluate, are these weaknesses I can live with or weaknesses I can't live with. Do we have the same value system? Because value systems are important. If you don't have the same values, then the relationship is going to struggle throughout. Do you have the same goals? Are you able to merge your lifestyle? So it is during the questioning stage that you're going to ask yourself these questions regarding this new person that you're dating. If you see weaknesses also, don't be quick to dismiss them and say, oh, no, this person is actually not as perfect as I thought. The key thing is to find out which weaknesses can you live with and which weaknesses are like they're deal breakers for you. And if a weakness is a deal breaker, it's a good decision to actually reevaluate whether you want to be in that relationship or not. Because you can't, if you have a relationship that has a weakness that is a deal breaker for you, you will struggle. Remember, no one is perfect. So be kind to yourself and also to your partner when you're going through the questioning stage. And if your relationship survives the questioning stage, you decide, okay, I've seen the weaknesses, I've seen the strengths of my partner, and I'm comfortable with it. Then you go down to the vulnerability stage. So the vulnerability stage is where now everyone becomes themselves. That's when you show who you are behind the makeup, behind the filters, behind the exaggerations, all those pretenses and the little stories you told to impress your partner. The facade that you have, the person that you wanted them to see now, the mask comes off and you show who you really are. If you had secrets, you at this point, this is when you open up and you say, this and this happened to me. This is who I am. This is my family background. This is what I struggle with. These are my wishes. These are my dreams. You become vulnerable to this person. And it's very important for the relationship to go through this stage of vulnerability where you see each other for who you are without the masks. Because then, when you commit to a person, it's best to commit to a person when you've already seen them without the mask. Then this way, you don't get surprised down the line where you're asking, wait, you mean this is the person I actually married, or you mean this is the real person who is the father of my children or the mother of my children. It's very important for you to go through the vulnerability stage and for you to open up to each other. When you go through the vulnerability stage and your relationship survives this vulnerability stage, that you're very free to see each other as you are, then the relationship goes to the stability stage where you both know each other very well, more than other people, and you have feelings of attachment and feelings of bonding that actually make you safe because you're like, I know this person, I know who they are, and I'm okay with this person. By the time you reach your stability stage also, life will have happened. Maybe one of you will have gone through challenges. Then you'll have been able to observe, oh, how does this person behave when I have a challenge? Are they supportive, or do they leave me to my own devices? Are they patient? How do they behave when they're angry? Is this a person I can rely on? Is this a person I can actually raise children with? What kind of a person is this? What is their character? And once you know those, then you can actually say for sure that I think I can live with this person, or you can also say for sure, I don't think this is a person for me. The challenge comes when we don't give our relationships the time to go through the stages of romance. When you get married to a person, when you have a baby with someone, when you're still in your infatuation stage, it means that you're actually marrying someone you don't know who that person is at all. And so you're going to discover later, after the marriage, after the baby, who the person is, and you might not be happy with the results. It's better to know for real, who you're dating before you say yes, before you have babies. So if you give your relationships time to go through the 5 stages, I can assure that you'll have better outcomes for your relationships. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this clip and you think that someone else would benefit from it, please share it. And if you have questions, you can also put them in the comment section. And thank you very, very much. I wish you the happiest relationship, a relationship that you actually deserve. Thank you.